Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video on the channel. In this video, we're going to be kind of just doing a market watch over everything, talking about Fodder. Fodder is the big discussion today, obviously, with the new player of the month the new player of the month SBC. We got another player one, so pretty interesting. A few of these cards that we've been looking at over the days did some crazy movements, so we're kind of just map out everything. We're going to talk about it all. What's going to happen as well with some of these cards, what to expect for Icon SBCs tomorrow, if we even get them, all of that in this video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please drop a thumbs up on it, subscribe if you're new. Let's get right into it. So, I guess we'll start off with the big one, being the Player of the Month Bamba. I don't know how Mbappe didn't win it. It is a little shocking to me because Mbappe had a much better month overall. Now, I guess I understand where they're coming from, where, you know, they don't want the same guy to win it over and over again. So it is what it is. Regardless, we predicted a very expensive Mbappe SBC, and we expected Fodder to drop. And luckily with Bamba, that's exactly what happened. Bamba is ridiculously expensive. He's like 350k, around that, 300, 400. He's in between that, depending on a console. And he requires an 85, an inform. So our Kevin Volland investments that we did, some of our investments actually did well. That we talked about. Kevin Volland, he went up a little bit. You know, Verratti, those kind of cards, I think they did fairly well from what we bought them at. And you know, it's just the SBC kind of sucks. That's the problem. Not many people are going to do it, and that's why cards probably haven't moved up as much. Now, what this did cause was a little bit of panic on the higher rated Fodder. A lot of people are expecting a big Mbappe, and it makes sense. I don't want to rant about it, but he had a way better overall month. But regardless, we also got a Sami Kedira, who required 83 and an 86. Now, this card's actually not that bad. I think he's fairly good value. The card itself is pretty nice with a 4-star weak foot. He seems like a very solid CDM, and honestly, if I used Serie A, like I just don't have the links for him. I'm not a big fan of the Serie A, and I'm not a big fan of doing player SBCs in the first place. But you know, this card is actually fairly good. I don't really have a problem with him. Yeah, his agility and balance is a little low, but with a CDM, I don't think it's really that much of a big deal. Now, with obviously these SBCs coming out, 86s did well. Carvajal was one that we were looking at for a little bit. And like the rest of the Fodder, there was a big drop on this card at first. This card went down to like 15k right at the content drop, and he is now, I think, above 17k. So as long as you didn't panic sell and you didn't get scared of, you know, losing coins, you're gonna notice that these cards did fairly well. The supply wall on this card really isn't that bad. At 17k, you know, and he only has 6 pages at 17k. There still is a lot of room for this card to go up. Personally, I wouldn't really buy at this stage because I think, I mean, we'll get into what I think about Icon SBCs, but a fairly decent profit. We picked up around 14k for this card, and he's now probably sellable at 17k. Likely will hype up a little bit more if we are to get Icon SBCs, and if Icon SBCs do drop tomorrow, we'll see this card go up a lot. Another one that I took a look at was Laporte, and this card was interesting too because, like all the other Fodder, we saw a big dip right at the time this card dropped, like these SBCs dropped, and Laporte actually fell down to 20k. 20k, and you know, now the card is just about 25k. These cards are all looking like they're gonna expire. As you can see, yeah, all these cards are expiring, but you know, he's about 25k right now, and I think it's, you know, that is crazy. If you bought a bunch at 20k, 25k, and you know, you're making 5k a card literally in seconds. So pretty interesting to watch on that card as well. This was a card I had my eyes on for Icon SBCs. Like I said, the supply wall on him at 25k is very small too. You know, there's only, I'd say, you know, there's only 6, 7 pages of this card in the first hour. So, really small supply on this card, as far as Xbox goes. And, you know, at 25k, there's just room for this card to rise, and I think with, you know, very good icon SBCs, you know, this is the case. So like all fodder, basically it's what it did. We saw a big drop right at the start, and then these cards kind of rebound back up. So if you bought at the right time, you know, you're probably making profit. You could have added to your position. And unfortunately, the only people that are losing today are the ones that panic sold for no reason. You know, we were expecting this. I myself sold some of my fodder off at, you know, yesterday. I was a little weary of just the overinvestment that we were talking about anyways. And I just was waiting for this SBC to drop so I could see, you know, what cards were gonna, you know, what card was gonna come out. And then I was gonna see, you know, what cards would have dropped due to panic. And we picked up some of the ones that got panic sold. I got in on a few Carvajals that were, you know, a little low, you know, when he was around 15k. I still have the ones that I bought at 14k. I didn't want to sell those ones just yet because I did like the card at that low price, and I just feel like there's still a little more room to run for the card. However, it leads me to my next discussion, and that's going to be icon SBCs, and I'm a little worried for them because I don't know if they're going to come out tomorrow. Now, usually, you know, icon SBCs, I feel like that's a very big thing. That's kind of a major selling point this year, in that a lot of people wanted them back. They're a huge discussion among not just, you know, people that grind the game, but all casuals too, you know, these icon SBCs. Now, I'm a little worried for them because I feel like EA would have teased it, and, you know, we've seen a few clubs post these icon things, but Real Madrid did that, and, you know, it could have just been for the Beckham. Now, like I said, I'm a little worried to see because we still have no teasers. Now, if this video uploads and a loading screen comes out, that's good news. We're going to talk about what, you know, we're going to talk about multiple scenarios here. So we'll start with the first scenario, and that is if we don't get any teasers for tomorrow. So let's say we don't get any loading screens, no tweets, no codes added into the game. You know, leading up until content tomorrow, I'm probably going to get rid of fodder. I don't think icon SBCs will come out without a teaser. It just is a little worrisome. Now, without any teasers, there is a small possibility that we get the base icon pack SBC instead of icon SBCs, like the specific player ones. And those player ones will likely come for Black Friday, I think. But, you know, if we are to get a base icon one, the thing is we'll be able to catch it way earlier, as it'll be added into the code, so we would know late tonight whether or not we're going to get something tomorrow. Now, let's say there's no code added in at all, and there's still no teasers. Like I said, I'm probably selling fodder. That's a little worrisome because if no icon SBCs drop, and with the current state the market is in with this panic for Black Friday, you're going to see fodder drop down quite a bit, I think. I think some cards will likely sell off. And like I said, that's a little worrisome. But let's say we do get, you know, some teasers and stuff, you know, and it's confirmed icon SBCs are coming out for the players. You know, I think it'll probably be a good idea to hold. I think the market will hype up these cards a lot. I think a lot of people will start buying in. It might be worth selling beforehand. Obviously, it's down to judgment because of what the prices will be. But I think if icon SBCs are, you know, announced officially, I think fodder will do very well. And I would probably look to sell off beforehand too, because with Bamba, we see how expensive these SBCs are this year. It wouldn't I wouldn't put it past EA to make these icon SBCs ridiculously expensive for no reason whatsoever. And now our last scenario. Let's say we are going to get just the base icon pack. You know, what this is going to cause is, I don't know. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the base icon pack SBC. I feel like it's crap. I don't know. I really don't know what fodder will do. We'll have to wait and see. However, it will be positive for fodder until it drops. Again, it just comes down to what the ratings are going to be. You know. And judging it off last year, I think the first base icon pack SBC was close to like 500, 600k if I'm not wrong. And, you know, it just depends on the value. If it is good value, obviously fodder's going to do very well. But if it's not, that's the thing that's a little worrisome. So we're going to have to wait and see. Personally, I'm a fan of selling fodder beforehand unless we're confirmed to get the player icon SBCs. But, you know, it just kind of... It's a kind of just a judgment call. Now, there is obviously the chance that, we don't get any icon SBCs, and we have this gap, this kind of gap weekend. So what's going to happen is likely we're just going to see a lot of panic right from the get-go, I think. I mean, maybe Friday will be good. The market will do good, at least for metas, but fodder-wise, I don't know. I just can't see it doing well with the amount of investment we have right now in this kind of stuff. What will likely happen and what we'll see is we'll probably see a bit of a dip over the weekend. I think it's a good time to buy. Icon SBCs are coming. It was 100% confirmed. It's just a matter of when. And I think with the panic selling we're going to see if they don't drop, I think it's just a no-brainer to pick it back up, because likely we'll see it for Black Friday. And it makes sense. There's probably a reasoning why if we get a gap week. With new consoles coming out, obviously, all this next-gen stuff, we have the new Call of Duty, some new games coming out that a lot of people are probably playing. EA have the direct data to, their games, so they can probably see how many players have played, and there's a good chance that maybe last weekend with the release of a few new games and the new consoles, that there wasn't as many players playing FIFA, so maybe they just want to save a big promo like Icon SBCs for, Black Friday. Obviously, if it doesn't come tomorrow, it has to come next week because they said it would come late November, and that's just a very bad look for the company. But it's EA, so who knows. Anyways, that'll probably wrap up the video. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't. Again, it's going to be interesting to see what is going to be released, coming in the days. Hopefully it's something good. Obviously, we'll have to wait and see. But again, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace.